komanso abale onse akufuna kwabwino kuti abwere kuti tithandizane ntchito yokonza malo amenewa. Mutha kupereka chithandizo chanu kugwiritsa ntchito kupereka penti, mutha kupereka ma sitting boards kuti tizagwiritse ntchito pamene tikukonza malo amenewa. Mulungu akudaliseni pamene mukuyamba kulingalira zokonza malo amenewa pasanafike pa 19 Oktoba kuti malo anankhunda seminary aoneke bwino. Ngati mufuna kutumiza chithandizo, tumizani chithandizo chanu pa manambala amene mukuona pa screen yanuyi.
Luntha TV is now on Zuku Channel 51. You can get yourself a Zuku decoder from the Luntha TV offices in Area 2, Lilongwe, and from all the St. Manford bookshops across the country in Kasungu, Lilongwe, Salima, Dedza, Balaka, Zomba, Mulanje, Blantyre, Chikwawa, Mwanza, and Mangochi. For more information, contact 0883 815 055 or 0996 892 965. Get a Zuku decoder today and not miss daily mass, worship and prayers, news bulletins, and so much more on Luntha TV, bringing wisdom into your home.
Welcome to Trailbrazzers, Women Inspiring Women on Luntha Television. This is a show where we bring out women that are doing great in the society. And I'm Bridget Mwanuka. Today I'm joined by SUKAI MUDONHI. I hope I've pronounced that well.
Yes, you did.
Congrats to me then.
Well done.
But how are you?
I'm doing very well. And how are you, Bridget?
I'm doing great as well.
Okay.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much for having me on your program today, and hello to all the viewers. Ziko Mamai.
Can you do 1 or 2 lines of Chewa?
Mulibwanja mai. Ziko.
Okay, so as you have heard, today we are joined by SUKAI MUDONHI. That's Catholic Relief Services country representative. That's also right.
That's right, yes.
Okay.
I'm the country representative for Catholic Relief Services.
To begin with, can you share with us your brief background?
Okay, so I am a Zimbabwean. I have been working for CRS for a very long time.
Like how long?
This is my 12th year now.
Wow.
Yes, but before joining CRS, I worked with other international non-governmental organizations in Zimbabwe. I also had a long time working for agribusinesses. So I'm an agriculture person by profession. I'm an agronomist. But over the years, I grew into leadership positions, focusing mainly in agriculture. And now here I am focusing on relief and development projects.
All right, so coming back or going back to your academic qualifications, because we are here to inspire women.
Yes.
Share or take us through the journey.
Okay, yeah, so the journey has been long. I started off my education in Zimbabwe, where I did my high school or my bachelor's degree. In fact, I started with a diploma in horticulture at the Harare Polytechnical College. So you see, polytechnical colleges are very important in our lives. Many people shun them, but I started my diploma program in horticulture at Harare Polytechnic College. So after that, I enrolled with the University of Zimbabwe, where I did agriculture management. And then after that, that was my first degree. And then for my second degree, I studied Masters in Management with a university in the US, Walden University. So, and over the years, I've done several courses in leadership, in management, supervision. Yeah, they are just too numerous to mention. But okay, by and large, that's my my educational qualifications. Yeah.
Okay, I'm keen to know what inspired you to pursue your field.
Yeah, so you know what, Bridget, leadership qualities were identified in me at a very young age. I had a very visionary father. My father had a great passion in education and professionalism. So I am the firstborn in a family of 7.
Ah.
So by default, you know, I started being a leader at an early age, and I would carry the vision of my mom and dad in the family, inspiring my siblings to also, you know, move forward with our parents' vision. So I was a very disciplined child, and I would follow instructions. I remember at some point my dad said he wanted to buy a car.
Okay.
For the family.
Okay.
And so he told us to forego a lot of things so that they could save and buy a car. So because I believed so much in my parents' vision, so I had a duty to make sure that my siblings were also, you know, following that vision and not making unnecessary demands that were going to deprive the family of those needed financial resources.
Yes.
So I remember my brother would say, yeah, for Christmas I need this and that and that and that. And I would say, hey, shut up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we just instruction.
Mm-hmm.
So they would ask me to lead,
Mm-hmm.
you know, to make us instruction.
Mm-hmm.
So they would ask me to lead,
Mm-hmm.
you know, to make sure that each and every single year
Leading
I was
everywhere.
a prefect. So yeah, my dad then said, if you pass your grade 7, which is like standard 8 here,
Yes.
yeah, you will go to Bonda High School. Bonda High School was a very prestigious,
Wow.
it is still a prestigious school in Zimbabwe,
Okay.
and it's a female only school.
Okay.
Because he wanted me, you know, to get that mentorship, to be empowered as my high school education passed very well.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, I was a prefect. And
Wow. So you've always
and even when I was now looking for a job, I would look for those leads
along the way.
Okay, yeah, so when I joined the NGO industry, it was okay in industry. I was based home, looking after the family very well. But when I joined the NGO world, I was posted to a very far away part of the country, the Zambezi Valley
In
Zimbabwe, and coming from Harare, the capital city.
Mm-hmm.
My family was still young then. I needed to see them to school. I needed to make sure that, you know, they were well taken care of, young children in the family. But I had to be posted to a faraway place where I couldn't take the family.
Okay.
So I worked for a year and then I gave up because I felt pity for my husband because he was taking care of the kids.
Okay.
And, you know, doing everything else. You know, as women, we have several hats
Yes.
that we wear at work and at home. So I just decided not to have my contract renewed and leave employment altogether and come back and, you know, look for other opportunities that were closer home in Harare. So that's one challenge that young women face, especially when children are still young.
Okay.
Back then there wasn't flexibility of remote work or some kind of hybrid options that would make women do the work and also take care of the children back home. So now I think it's a bit better. We can work from everywhere, but there are times when you are required to be at a certain place physically. So it's a bit of a challenge. So I started getting, you know, opportunities to go to those kinds of employment when the kids were old and no longer needed my attention at home. So I think there are barriers that women face when they want to try and excel in leadership positions in those professions where they are demanded to go outside their homes and leave children.
Okay.
But I'm so glad that now things have changed quite a lot. We do have young and lactating mothers in CRS, and our policies are shaped in such a way that they can take their young babies and their nannies to wherever they need to go and work, and the organization pays for that.
That's excellent.
Yeah, it is excellent, and there is now a realization that these women, they still need to grow professionally, but they cannot be hindered by or limited by those other responsibilities that they have to do back at home. So the world is a better place now, and I just hope that many organizations will adopt such good policies where they take care of their young women and their little babies.
Now that you have mentioned that on TV, I think they will. They should adopt it.
Yeah, I hope they will, because we really need women leaders. Women are great leaders, and they cannot be hindered, by those other duties that come because they are women.
All right, so going back to the challenges you faced back then, how did they shape your vision in empowering other women?
Yeah, so I'm talking about, the women that I work with.
Yes.
I always check on them to see what it is that we can do to make sure that they carry out their activities without any barriers that come because they are women. So each time I get a request by a lactating mother that she wants to go out with her baby and her nanny, I quickly approve.
Okay.
Those requests, because I really want them to do their work without thinking about the kids back home. So yeah, I'm really supportive when it comes to that. And we also have a room. It's unfortunate that many young mothers are not using it. I think maybe it's from a cultural perspective. We allow them to bring their babies, to have their babies at work. And then there is a room with a cot bed and so on where they can breastfeed their babies, and then they can go back to their offices.
You have that room like here?
Yeah, we have that room allocated, but it hasn't been used, and I think I need to explore further. I think maybe it's from a cultural perspective, but that option is there.
It's there.
Yes, the nanny can come with the kid, and then the mother can breastfeed. So you were asking me about how I'm,
the challenges
and
shape your
yeah. So I really talk to these women. I really want them to be very clear in terms of their leadership visions and the support that they need from senior leadership, like myself, how best we can support them. In CRS, we have a number of programs that are designed to empower women. Yeah, the female mentoring program that we have, and also we have another program that seeks to aspire young women. It's called the SAIL program. So I really encourage them to join those programs and get the mentorship that is required for them to become great leaders. So we do have a lot of resources within the organization that I'm always encouraging the young women to take up and do.
Speaking of those projects, can you enlighten?
Programs.
The programs you have. Can you enlighten like a little bit?
Okay, so the programs are designed in such a way that they are mentors, great leaders, great women leaders that provide some coaching and mentorship to these young women in terms of leadership positions. So they are role models within the organization that speak to aspiring women leaders. They talk about the challenges, all these questions that you're asking me, they talk about those things, and they encourage each other in terms of how one can become a great leader. They share resources, they share learning materials, and there is a lot of coaching that happens in a structured way. Yes, I've gone through all those programs, and right now I'm also a mentor within those programs. to other young women as well.
But women, okay, so since you've mentioned that women are directly involved, how do they welcome the idea of the programs?
Yeah, they really like to participate. But I think one challenge that we are facing is that they also have demanding jobs.
Okay.
They have demanding deliverables within their day-to-day jobs that they do. And for them now to enroll on this separate program, it really takes effort and sacrifice. So I've just been encouraging them to make sure that they enroll, they spare some time to enroll on those programs, because work will always be there. So they need to create time to enroll for those programs. So yeah, I'm getting quite positive feedback, and I just hope that as many women as possible will be able to join those programs.
And now, SUKAI, in your experience, what are the most important qualities that women need in leadership?
Yeah, so in leadership, I think one needs to be able to persuade others to follow a certain direction, what we call a shared vision. So a leader should be able to have those qualities to persuade others to follow a certain direction, and that takes one to leave the talk. Yeah, to be able to demonstrate that they are able to do what they say, to lead by example, and one should also be able to model the way, as it were, so that others can follow. It takes teamwork to reach to a certain destination. So a leader should have qualities that are able to build great teams, you know, people who are able to collaborate together, people who are able to work together. But what is important is that a leader should be able to make sure that there are people who are following that same vision. A leader should be able to, what we call, to encourage the heart, to say to somebody, you are doing very well, to motivate others, to show appreciation, you know, to others for the great work that they are doing. So I think those qualities are very important. You should be able to motivate. You should be able to make others believe in the vision that you believe in.
Yes.
Yeah, you should be able to build great teams. You should be able to allow others also to share the power that you have, to allow others to act. Yeah, and together I think you can move towards a certain direction.
All right, but how are we doing as a country in as far as leadership is concerned?
Yeah, I think Malawi is doing very well. I read the local newspapers, I attend different meetings. There is talk about uplifting women.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Malawi is on the right path as far as encouraging women to be leaders is concerned. I've seen those discussions happening in different forums.
Okay. All right. You're watching Trailblazers, Women Inspiring Women, and today we're joined by SUKAI MUDONHI. She is the country representative of Catholic Relief Services, CRS Malawi. We'll be right back.
Luntha.
Welcome back to Trailblazers, Women Inspiring Women, a program which features numerous women who are doing a lot of impactful things in the society. And today we're joined by SUKAI MUDONHI, Catholic Relief Services, CRS Malawi country representative. I'm always cautious when I'm mentioning your last name.
You said it correctly.
I did.
Yeah, you did.
All right, thank
Well
you so
done.
much. Okay, so your work is clearly making a huge impact. What are some of the inspiring stories you've come across?
Yeah, so I get feedback from young women telling me that, you remember that day when you said to me, I need to stand out, I need to be visible. I've just been recognized and I've been selected to lead, this particular group at HQ or do this. Because you know what, Bridget, I've always said to women, if you really want to be a leader, you need to stand out. You need to do your part to be seen. It may be just in a workshop and the facilitator says, do we have a volunteer to do this and that and that?
And then a woman stands up.
Yeah, stand up, volunteer, be seen, people will see you. I was very lucky in my journey that I was always standing out. I told you that I started leadership at a very early age. In a family of 7, being the firstborn. So if my mom or dad would say, can I please have this and that? I saw it within me to be the one, standing up and doing that, taking that initiative. So it's something that I have always done in my life. And I encourage other young women to do the same. Volunteer for those opportunities. You've done group work in a workshop. Who is going to present our ideas to the whole group? Dead silence, no one volunteers. Volunteer, go up in front there, present what your group has done. People will see you. Yes. And once they see you, people who support you in terms of your leadership journey. They will provide that mentorship. So I think there are certain very little opportunities that people fail to tap into for them to be seen and to be linked up with the right people. So yeah, I have those testimonies from people that I always tell to do that. You know what? I just volunteered and people were discussing who can do this, and then people said, oh, there is Gloria who can do that. She has the right attitude. She is willing to serve. So why don't we get here? So, let's just take advantage of any opportunity that presents itself and be seen. Let's not be shy. I think the right mentors will come our way.
But I've seen several women looking down on themselves. I've seen a lot of women looking down on themselves. Where do you get your confidence?
I think it's just about having a clear vision of where you want to be with your life.
Okay.
I always say to people that I really want a good life. I want to be comfortable in life, and I'm prepared to work for it. I really want to be on top. I want to be at the helm of my career, of my life, and I'm prepared to work for it. And I look for opportunities that will make me achieve that vision. So I think it's very important to be very clear about your own vision, your own strategy as a person.
All right, so looking forward, what changes do you hope to see in the society in as far as supporting women in leadership is concerned?
I hope to see employers providing conducive environments for women to excel. I told you earlier on, Bridget, that there are barriers that prevent women from excelling. I cannot leave my young baby at home and go to work in the furthest part of the country where it's just a single posting. I cannot take my family with me. So I think employers should go all out and provide those opportunities that make women, produce at their best without those other hindrances that come with those gender roles.
All right, but since you have worked a lot with women, young girls, how does it make you feel looking at how they are achieving their goals?
I think we are still far away from where we need to be, and it also takes even men. As women, we have men that come into our lives. I was very lucky to have a very supportive husband who would support my career. Even right now, as I'm posted here, he left everything that he was doing to come and be with me here and provide the support that I needed, which is very rare. Some men would say, you are not going.
You're not going.
You are not going. You need to be here and taking care of the kids. So my appeal also is to men that are in our lives to provide, to motivate us to reach where we want to reach in terms of our careers. Because I also see that as a huge hindrance, especially to women. The spouse would say, no, you're not doing it. In as much as the Bible commands us to be submissive
to our husbands,
we can still be submissive, but what we need is for them to also support us as we try to move forward with our careers.
So as you're saying, some of the men demotivate us.
Yeah, some of the men demotivate us. I'll give you some examples. I've had several instances where somebody is supposed to go to the field, to Karonga there, or to Chitipa, to do some activities for a couple of days. That person may not even have a young baby, but the husband will say, no, you are not going. Who are you going with? Where are you going to sleep? What is going to happen there? That trust that may not be there. I think there is still a lot that needs to be done. And as women, we also have a role to educate our partners, our spouses, on the nature of work that we do and its demands, so that they also we also have their buy-in, and if we have their buy-in, then they are able to support us in the roles that we do.
All right. Before we wrap up, what final piece of advice would you give to the young ladies out there who are watching the program right now?
Women, I think it's proven that women are great leaders, and women are needed as leaders. Women are not really coming up to be great leaders. They are trying. We are making huge strides, but I think there are still some gaps. If you look at up there, leadership roles, we still have a lot of men who are holding those positions. Women are also needed. So my encouragement is that let's dream big as young women. Let's get the mentorship that we need. Let's make our visions clear. Let's get the good role models. Let's get all the support that we need. And for employers, provide that conducive environment for women to thrive in leadership positions.
Maybe if you can also share with us the experience, because you've been to places, you've been with fellow leaders. How exciting is that?
Yeah, it is exciting to demonstrate that women can do it. Yeah, and women pay attention to detail. I'm not saying that men do not, they do, but women pay greater attention to detail. So I think women can do it, and let's do it as women. I encourage young women to really, stand out, don't be shy, be confident. You can still make it.
Any other last words?
Yeah, I just want to thank my employer for providing a conducive environment, and for the Catholic Church as well. I grew up in a Catholic family. My mother is a very, very strong Catholic. She inculcated, some values that I still live right now. So I think